really know what makes a great city work, you have to peel back its skin and expose its secret life force. A system of incredible complexity and technology that millions depend on, but few understand. A fantastic voyage now begins, a journey deep inside the world's megacities. It sits at the crossroads of Asia, at the intersection between the past and the future. On the southwest coast of Taiwan is the burgeoning megacity of Kaohsiung. It is the industrial heart of Taiwan and home to one of the most critical shipping ports in the world. Known as the City of Lights, this new world metropolis is quickly becoming a beacon for all to see. And at night, this beacon glitters like a polished diamond. At no time is this more evident than this night, the annual Lantern Festival. According to legend, the festival celebrates the lengthening of daylight and the coming of spring. Citizens bring traditional lanterns adorned with the symbols of the new year. Above them, laser light shows and fireworks dance across the sky. It is a striking contrast between modern and traditional, between the past and the future. And for Kaohsiung, the future shines bright. But this diamond in the rough didn't always sparkle. This is the way it was just a decade ago. The city, an industrial wasteland. The skies, thick with smog. And the Love River, filled with garbage and devoid of life.
In the past, the Love River served as an industrial canal in Kaohsiung. Due to the industrial development of the area, the Love River began to get increasingly polluted.
Professor Charles Lean was the director of the Urban Development Bureau in Kaohsiung. He was tasked to clean up the river.
Nobody wanted to go to the river, as it had been abused outright, and no fish could be found there.
The Love River was regarded as the ugliest landmark in the city. And in 1971, the government officially declared it dead. That was then. This is now. Shady parks and winding paths dot the landscape. Universities, cafes, and museums adorn tree-lined avenues. And the restored Love River carries young romantics on a current of optimism.
So look at the river now. According to annual local statistics, fish are back. Tourism returns. It has survived the major transition.
The river was just the first step in an ongoing endeavor to reinvent the city. A decade ago, Kaohsiung embarked on a Herculean effort to go green that continues today. If Kaohsiung's transformation is a medical procedure, it would be open-heart surgery in a city in the throes of cardiac arrest. This steel mill is the biggest business in Kaohsiung. It was also its dirtiest. The plant's carbon dioxide emissions alone once accounted for 42% of the city's total. This former polluter was once public enemy number one. But today, they've become a model citizen. China Steel has spent millions on cutting-edge green technologies, and the progress is crystal clear.
Pollution is the enemy of Kaohsiung City. We need to have a higher quality for the industry and for the environment.
Xiao Hui-Huan is an engineer at the mill. It's his job to maximize production. while minimizing pollution. And that presents a challenge, because from start to finish, steelmaking is a dirty business.
Generally, an integrated steel mill will produce a great amount of heat and exhausted gases during the process.
But China Steel has added innovative technologies at many stages of production. The first step in the process, and one that consumes the most energy, is the coke oven. Coke is a solid carbon fuel made from coal. It is used to heat the plant's blast furnaces and melt iron ore. The coke is heated in large ovens called batteries. But heating an endless supply of coke uses the most energy in the mill. The solution? Put the coke to work to create electricity.
This is the coke dry quenching cart. The heat of the coke, which temperature is 1000 degrees Celsius, is recovered by cooling gas and utilized to produce steam that can be used to generate electricity.
And it all begins with fire. Each coke bucket is lifted to the top of the 52-meter tower. It is rolled into position over the massive dry quenching chamber and then opened, releasing the coke. As the coke cascades down, a jet of cool combustion air is fed into the chamber, turning the glowing coals into an inferno. The superheated air, nearly 1000 degrees Celsius, is channeled to a boiler filled with cool water. The blast of heat vaporizes the water in the boiler into steam. The high-pressure steam is used to spin the blades of a turbine, which generates electricity. And then the entire process begins again. They have slashed 210,000 tons of carbon dioxide emissions per year using the coke dry quenching process. But the real problem with coke is that it's made of carbon. In the blazing furnaces of a steel mill, a dangerous collaboration takes place. The carbon combines with oxygen to make both carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. But the furnaces now have added technologies to recapture or recycle pollutants.
The blast furnace is equipped with a dust removal facility. Through this dust removal facility, dust dispersal can be prevented.
340,000 tons of dust particulates are captured annually, the weight of over 1,500 Boeing 747s that used to go up in smoke. And wastewater is now treated too.
We have recently adopted a new technology to recycle and purify industrial wastewater, even sewage for reuse. It is a very advanced technology.
Technology capable of recycling 97% of the plant's wastewater, reducing discharges of lubrication oil and rust into the water supply. In the end, this mill can produce over 12 million tons of steel each year. Enough to build the Eiffel Tower 1,700 times over. But it's what they don't produce that counts.
After all these efforts, after more than 20 years since this plant was opened, the emission of greenhouse gases has been reduced more than 20%. It is quite an achievement.
It's a transformation that has helped redefine the city. But Kaohsiung's greatest transformation began 50 years ago with an unprecedented economic boom. And with it, a Faustian bargain that pushed the environment to the brink.